Why that start again? Hi, everybody. I am Katana, candidate for Emperor 27 of the Imperial Court of the Waterfall Empire. And first, I have to get out my crusty notes here. I made notes. I don't know why, but I did. We would also like to do some land acknowledgement. The realm of the Imperial Court of the Waterfall Empire is home to many indigenous people from across the Turtle Island, North America. It is a region rich in history and modern traditions of many First Nations and methods. We gather today on these treaty lands. We have a responsibility to honor and respect the four directions: land, water, plant, animals, and ancestors who walked before us, and all of the wonderful elements of creation that exist. And of course, tonight wouldn't be anything if we were not benefiting our chosen charities of Reign 26, Miss Drew's charities choices this year. We have Aqua out of the Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo area. We also have the AIDS Network of Halton, Haldimand, Norfolk, Brant, and Hamilton, and of course out of the Niagara area, Positive Living Niagara. So we're going to keep it a little bit light, I hope. Maybe. We're going to do a little bit of a question and answer period. And so if you have any questions, please put them in the comments down below. And don't forget that if you would like to donate tonight, donations are accepted at the waterfall@gmail.com. waterfallempire@gmail.com, and paypal.me/waterfallempire. I believe we have questions coming in already, or just people saying hello. Hello, Victor. Hello, Stephanie Bice. Great to have you with us tonight. So it's not going to be like a traditional show, but we do have some special guests coming in and out throughout the night from all over the Waterfall Empire, Canada, and the US. So I'm very excited and very happy to share this time with you guys. So what I would like to do first is give you a little bit of a history, maybe not a history, but a little bit more about me, just so you understand who I am as Katana. I go way back in the day. When I first started out as a young queen at the embassy, I think I was 18 and getting in illegally. Don't tell anyone. Thankfully, the embassy is closed and can't kick me out now. But at one point or another, I was Miss Embassy. And there's Miss Taylor Davis on my left, to the right of the photo, who is also candidate for Empress 27. So I'm very excited this year. And if you look really closely, somebody not in drag is our Regent Empress, Miss Drew, on the far right. And of course, we have past Empress Christina Dior and Taryn Blake. So these are like the embassy angels. So it's very fun to look back at some of these photos and see what we've accomplished. And of course, many of us all remember Derek Scott. He was one of my favorite bartenders and favorite people at the embassy. And so I've had a couple titles, but let me tell you, I lost a lot along the way. Many, many times. I was called the Susan Lucci of drag for the longest time. I think I lost about 13 pageants before I even won my first one. And even my first one was Miss Embassy on my third try. And I was also Miss Hamilton World, which I look very scary in this photo. I don't know why, but my eyebrows are very pointed, very high. Thank you, Terry Stevens. She was wearing a dress of mine, and I was like, paint me. So she did. What else have I done? I've done some other things. I was also Miss Pride Niagara at one point or another, and I had a very, very lovely Mr. Pride, Mr. Matt Wyatt. So I was Pride Niagara 2012. And I had a lot of fun with that one here in Niagara, and representing on the greatest stage in the world to do the Guinness Book of World Records with the Nathan Drake production. Nathan Drake, also candidate for Empress 27. You'll see a little bit more about them later. So if we do have questions, don't forget to put them in the comments below. But getting into the embassy illegally, yes, I see that comment. Everyone did. It was a thing. No questions yet, but just wanted to say good evening from London. Hello, London. Thank you. I do have some more old photos in here coming up, so don't be surprised when maybe you see yourself. You never know. It could happen. How do I get that photo off? Thank you. Oh, that is my sister, Sabrina Seville. Sabrina from Winnipeg. So let's go to Winnipeg for a second. If for those of you that don't know about the Empress's Tea, the Empress's Tea started exactly 12 years ago today. I looked it up and I was very shocked to see that today is the anniversary of Empress's Tea. So the very first Empress's Tea started in Winnipeg with Empress Brianna Burlette, myself, Marnie, Tiffany, Boom Boom, Sabrina, Holiday, I'm forgetting names, and it's not a good thing. Calgary, Miss Rhonda from Calgary. Yes, Stephanie Bice is in the back room being like, yes, that one. And of course, Sabrina Seville is up there in the top, in the middle, in the green. So this was the very first Empress's Tea, and the idea came from Empress Marnie and Empress Tiffany and Empress Boom Boom saying, you know what we should do? We should get a bunch of the Empresses together, kind of in between hospitality, and see what they need. Check in on them and make sure they've got everything. Like, girl, do you have all your jewelry? Because, you know, back in the day, we weren't all coated in jewelries all the time. So, and some of us were more bar queens, so we didn't have all the glitz and glamour, but we still had the personality and the sass to go with it. So we created the very first Empress's Tea, where we surprised Empress Marnie with cheesecake and champagne. From there, it grew on to be such a bigger thing. This is Empress Tiffany's step down, where she added a theme to it where we had hats. Oh, there's my beloved Candid, Empress Claudia. So what we started doing was making it bigger and bigger and bigger. And then by the time of my step down that year, it got quite large, to the point that we couldn't even hold it in a hotel room anymore. And now we hold them in little conference rooms that can accommodate almost everybody. Thank you, Jacob. Good to see you. And yes, let's see your name when you comment. Please give StreamYard permission to display your name, because I want to say hi to everybody. So, we do have some questions coming in from outside of the realm. Who is my first one? Let's see who's up first.
Hi, Katana. It's Ray. How are you? Hope you're doing well on the campaign trail. I just have a very simple question. It's about family. I think family is very important as far as foundation, as far as support, and just being able to offer you whatever you might possibly need. My experience with your family, of course, is that I adore your mother, her cooking, her gay potato salad. We've spent many nights getting drunk over, wine, cookies, meatballs, smashed balls, whatever else we've made. So what is it about family that's important to you? What is it that your family offers as far as your support? And why don't you tell us some fun stories about your family? I wish you luck on the campaign trail and take care of yourself. Much love.
Thank you, Empress Dusty. My family is quite an interesting little family. It starts out as a traditional mom, dad, sister, and little boy there. So I was all of, I don't know, I'm probably 8 there. But we had some bad teeth in our family. So my dad looks like Tony Danza. My mom thinks she's Judith Light, but she's not. And my sister, we thought we were Who's the Boss for the longest time, and we're really not. So it's a big Italian family. My mom is Scottish descent. My dad is Italian descent. And we just like to get together and drink and party with everyone. So I think that's where I get a lot of my, socialness and being out there and being able to have parties, because we like to entertain at dinner time. Dusty's going to kill me for this photo, but it's okay. So this is our Christmas time. This is the traditional Christmas to us, where we just get together and just party like it's nobody's business. And of course, we always celebrate all the good times together. This is my extended family. So you'll see some of my cousins here at my wedding and whatnot. It was another fun and groovy night. Not a traditional wedding, that's for sure. So I would have to say, if you want a really interesting story of my family, is my mother is quite the cook. So she likes to have everybody over and cook and, have the potato salad, as Enzo was saying there. My mom made it for coronation hospitalities, and people would actually get upset when it was late and be like, seriously, where is it? Where's the potato salad? And it started out as a joke in the Imperial Court of Niagara, when we would talk about hospitality, who's going to bring what. So Claudia would always be like, oh, don't worry, Katana will bring the potato salad. And then it became a thing that I actually had to always bring the potato salad, and my mom had to make it. And she made a mistake making it the one time. She thought she had enough mayo, and she didn't. So she used sour cream with the mayo, and then added bacon bits, and then onion, and kind of made it look like a loaded baked potato thing. And then now in our family, we call it the gay potato salad because it's the most traditional potato salad we have to have in our house. And always to be expected at hospitalities and coronation. So I'll have to ask our ball coordinator if I'm allowed to bring any this year. So we'll see. Because don't forget, we do have hospitality coming up on August the 6th at 3 o'clock at Le Maison de Empress 131420 Monroe. I was going to try and say those numbers in French, but I'm horrible at my French. But please do join us for hospitality. It's going to be a great time. I'm very excited to be together with everyone. Ooh, first question. Thank you, Empress Chantal. Non-face event can we look forward to during your reign? I knew this was going to be a question. I thought it would come from Chantal of all people. I have thought about a couple different events. For those of you that don't know, I used to own a escape room in Niagara Falls. And since then we've closed it, especially with the pandemic and whatnot. It wasn't able to keep going. But there was a lot of fun things that we did during the pandemic, during owning that business that I think I can implement into the court. So one of them was a geocaching event, where you literally use your phone and go around and try and find these different items. But while you're leaving different items for certain people, you're kind of exploring all over Niagara and Hamilton and Kitchener. So I think it would be fun to see how many of those kind of events that we can have where, it's not even a fundraiser, it's just a simple everybody getting together and having fun, trying to find all of these items and learning about the area. Because I will be honest, I think I've been to Kitchener a handful of times, and majority of the time they're at night, and I'm usually drunk and in drag. So it would be fun to explore Kitchener and Hamilton for all. I've been in Hamilton during the day, but that's called the Walk of Shame. Different stories. But I've never actually been to Kitchener during the day, so I think this would be a fun event to do. The other thing is I used to host trivia night with my co-partner and business owner, Charles, at TAPS. So we still have all of the trivias that we used to do. So we did everything from friend trivia, TV trivia, music trivia, Trivial Pursuit trivia. We even did a Harry Potter trivia that sold out within 5 minutes of us announcing it. And I still have all of these, and they're still super fun to do. And it's very easy to be done virtually and in person. And I think that's another thing that I look forward to next year is being able to do both virtual and in-person events. Also, how many people are 90s babies? I'm clearly a 90s baby. I was born in the 80s, but I lived my life in the 90s. Who remembers this game? Nightmare was a VHS video game thing that came out and was creepy, but so much fun. Actually, I think I have a commercial. Hold on.
The game Nightmare, the game hosted by a video.
I am the gatekeeper!
To win, you must stop it.
Roll the die!
The video board game Nightmare, the gatekeeper talks to you.
Whose turn is it next?
And you must answer him.
Answer me!
Yes, my gatekeeper.
Go for it!
Nightmare, a race against time for 3 to 6 very game players.
Let's party!
And what's funny is we created over 20 more boards and game itself. So we would be able to literally do a mass Nightmare night. And it's kind of fun because there's these cards where you have to yell out things at certain times. And when you have 30 people all in the same room yelling things out and scaring the crap out of each other, it's just so much fun. So for those of you that remember that game, it's a great hit. And it's still one of my traditional ones. I have all of the 3 expansions. So what we do is play one round first, and then we always pick one of the second ones. And it's just a fun night to get together and yell and scream and have some fun. The other thing, for those of you that do know, I already kind of announced it, that I was a past Miss Embassy, and so is Miss Drew, so is Miss Christina Dior, so is Taylor. We are all the Embassy Angels, and I would love to do an Embassy reunion, if possible, even if it's not at the Embassy, just have it as an Embassy night where all of the girls come back, and hopefully we would get the same audience that we had from back in the day. It'd be so much fun. And my last one, I don't even really want to announce it. I'm going to call it a trunk show, where we go from some very interesting history and do a little bit of a museum night with some cocktails and some food and some show and selling stuff all together. And hopefully, if I do so ascend, which vote in, is coming up, we would be able to explain that event a little bit more. So thank you, Chantel, for that question, because it's one of my favorite ones, is non-drag events, because I love doing drag, but I love doing non-drag events too, just like our corn roast. Misdemeanor here, I love your idea for charity at McMaster. What else will you do to help make the court attractive to trans folk? Well, I'm glad you asked that. I am, for those of you that don't know, I work at Quest Community Health Center. Quest Community Health Center is the third largest trans care clinic in Canada. I work with a very great slew of doctors and nurses and therapists that are helping trans folk every day, including, for those of you that may know her, is Dr. Karis Massarella. She's pretty much the head of our trans program. And I'll explain a little bit more about her in a minute. I have a small video of her actually. Within Quest, we have so many other programs that I would like to mesh the court with. We have our Rainbow Niagara group for our younger folk. We also have the youth group. We also have our senior program where seniors get to talk together, work together, and kind of hang out together. We're working on a couple more things. It's kind of almost like Quest Prime. And we're also working with Heart Niagara to work on a physical activity and pretty much like a gym for our trans folk of not only just our membership, but of the community, to be able to get free gym memberships and work together and work out together and be comfortable with who you are and be yourself. Thank you, Jacob Fox. Karis Massarella is an amazing doctor. I would like to show you a small clip just so you understand who I work with and the kinds of things that we do at Quest.
My daughter was very, very small, and I knew that there was a feminine soul trapped in there.
Hi. Hey, Mackenzie, how are you? Mackenzie is a lovely, lovely young girl. Excellent support. Families have changed dramatically just in the last 5 years. Whereas before, most families said, fix my child. Actually, most families now are saying, support my child.
People want to know all your deep, dark secrets, and there's no secrets to tell. It's not that exciting. It's really not. She doesn't eat breakfast in a special transgender way. She eats it out of a bowl with a spoon like everyone else.
She's definitely charismatic and sympathetic because she's also trans. It's good to have a trans doctor because, there's someone else who can relate to you.
I had this immense power and privilege, and so for me not to do something about it would be a total abrogation of responsibility.
I'm happy that there's people making themselves known. If there's a lot of people who are around that are trans, that a lot of people are going to get used to it, and it just won't be this weird, treacherous thing that people are scared of.
So that is Dr. Massarella. It's such an honor to work with her. She was given the Maclean's honor of one of the top 50 most influential people in Canada. And it was very cool to be able to see a trans person taking the helm of our trans care, not only in Canada, but in Ontario as well. And having it right here in Niagara, it's so special to me. I would like to make the Waterfall Empire, I want to say that we need to be more accepting, but we have been so accepting. If you look at so many of our past monarchs that have been trans and openly and out trans, we really have celebrated so much. And I would like to keep that going. So not just with our own membership, but with our sisters and brothers that want to come to our shows and come to our events and just make sure that they are welcomed and know that we use our proper pronouns and that we do everything to make you feel included and welcome. So I hope that kind of answers your question, Misdemeanor, to the best of my abilities. If not, we can always ask more. Hey, girl, hey! Hey, Taylor. ICP Tay, also candidate for Empress 27. I was so honored to be a embassy angel with Taylor. I think I was around when she reigned, and I was just a young fool. So was she. But it was an honor to be able to see her grow and blossom as a Miss Embassy, and then to see all of the following Miss Embassies. I lost to Vivica, I lost to Ivana, I lost to Raja, I lost to all of them, all the good ones. And then it was after Taryn Blake, she was like, girl, you should run. And I was like, why? She's like, you might win this one. I was like, okay. So I ran, and then I won, and then I was like, oh shit, now I have to work. So, but it was a good learning experience. It gave me the learning experience to be able to work, and kind of made me the person who I am today, and making me work as Miss Pride Niagara, and how I want to work for you guys as Empress. I believe we have another question, and I don't think this is an easy one. So hold on one second. Yeah.
Hi there, Regent Empress to Reign 34 of the Imperial Court of Toronto, Miss Nikki Chin here. My question for Katana this evening is, what is your favorite drag memory? I cannot wait to hear.
Well, I want to say that I have many drag memories. I have many favorite drag memories, but there's one that people won't let me forget. So for those of you that remember, I believe it was during Candace's reign, she started Toonie Tuesday, and I don't even think I was reigning. I think I just went up as a guest, and it was me, myself, Nikki Chin, and we decided to bring out the Toonie Tuesday shots. Well, apparently at one point I held the record, and then it was questioned or not because I ended up passing out and throwing up. So does throwing up count or not? But it was one of my favorite memories. It was a great night. So many people buying shots and making sure that we were raising money for Toronto. It was a great thing. That's probably one of my favorite memories. But my ultimate favorite memory is definitely this, which is doing the Guinness Book of World Records with all of these amazing and fabulous people. I was honored to be Miss Pride at that year. And if you look really close, you can see so many of our Waterfall brothers and sisters and siblings. Empress Dusty Balfour's in there. Empress Shada's in there. It's just so much fun. It was just a fun night. And the rehearsals leading up to it were so fun. It was very well orchestrated and very well executed by Nathan Drake. So it was just an honor to be a part of that. And my other favorite memory is definitely meeting the mayor in full drag and being like, "Kid, you got to do day drag sometime." So in Niagara, we like to do our flag raisings. Pride Niagara has done an amazing job of doing flag raisings all over the region and making sure that every region is represented. And back in the day, I got to meet the mayor of St. Catherine, and he was like, "You have more bling than I do." And I was just like, I didn't think this would happen ever. And I think I was one of the first ones to not wear sunglasses. True, I wasn't. There was a couple of other queens that were like, "I'm just going to wear sunglasses and put some lips on and call it a day." So I decided to get in full hightail drag, which I'm still willing to do to this day. It was one of the questions that was asked during the college and executive interviews for candidacy was, what would you do for, representing the crown in non-drag events? And I was like, this is clearly one of those things that I would do. I have no issues of being in drag in a day. I would wear that crown proudly because I know it represents the Waterfall Empire, and I would wear it with pride and be so honored to it. And I'm excited to see what it looked like. For those of you that don't know, we're getting a new state crown for Emperor, Empress, and Empress this year because I don't know how we're wording it because I don't know how many there are. They don't tell me anything. So we'll see how it goes. The other thing, I do weird things for fundraising. I'm down for a pie in the face any day. For those of you can we guess who that person is standing there that pied me in the face? Put their name, tag them in the comment because they're going to want to see this and be like, "You bitch." And every now and then I'll throw on an old lady face and bring out Winnie Bago and call some bingo. Yeah. I have no issues. I'll make a fool of myself any day. I think we have. There's another one there, and I'm like, I think Drew Summers. That's going to be kind of asked later. What do you want as your legacy? We'll get there. Will the new monarch continue a virtual aspect of the reign? Example: Friday night check-in. So, thank you, Jacob Fox, for that question. I've had preliminary meetings with both Tay and with Nathan Drake, and we have discussed keeping the virtual thing going. It's completely going to be a thing for either which way it goes, right? So if it's me and Tay, if it's me and Nathan, we are definitely going to be continuing on virtual. And I've talked with the Waterfall Live crew and trying to figure out a way to make sure that even our in-person events become virtual as well. The Friday night check-in was something that Miss Drew was very much wanted, and she was very excited to have it. And she wanted to make sure that she was connecting with the community and making sure everybody was checking in on each other. Because at this time, like, mental health is a very big issue. We need to make sure that we're all doing okay. I do think we will consider some form of a check-in. I can't guarantee that it'll be Friday night because of work schedules with everyone. But it was cool to see a lot of volunteers step up and, host a check-in. So that is also something that we would definitely consider. And I think we would leave it up to the membership to decide whether they want that, because both Nathan, myself, and Taylor have all kind of said it. We want to hear from the membership and what they want as their monarch. And we know coming out of COVID and coming into more personal and more in-person events, we need to hear what you guys want. If you're not comfortable doing in-person stuff, then we need to know that. So by all means, please let us know. Also let our executive know. We also have a member at large. That member at large is always there to listen. If you don't know who the member at large is, you can always message myself, Stephanie Bice, Jill Monroe, Brad, Miss Drew, any one of us, and we'll let you know who the member at large is. Because right now, I think they've been relieved of duties for now. For those of you who don't know, I have 100 of these tumblers. Thank you. All the way from Buffalo. I do have such a love and drive for charity. I've been doing it for many years. Not only do I do stuff just for Waterfall, but I also have helped raise money and got drag involved in outside of the community. A dear friend of mine works for Heart Niagara, and I'll be honest, I didn't know what Heart Niagara was when I first joined Queen Street as a business. And Heart Niagara is an amazing program to make sure that our heart health is out there in Niagara. It's a nonprofit group, just like Waterfall Empire is, and they try and go for grants and funding just like we do. And it was very interesting to connect with the chairperson and the executive director and see how I could help. So they wanted to do a big, huge fundraiser, and it was a Roaring 20s fundraiser. And I was like, I have just the thing. So I contacted my dear friends of Ladies on the Edge, and I was like, would you do me a favor? And they were like, it's a straight event, right? Yeah, but Ladies on the Edge never fears, and they always rise to the challenge. So I explained what the night was. We had a big, huge jazz band, the whole 9 yards, and they did not disappoint. We had so much fun raising money for them. You can kind of see them to the left photo there. And so Monroe, Miss Drew, and Ariana Flugenflagen came out and helped raise so much money for charity. And they took so many photos with so many people, and they just had such a great night. And it was so cool to see how, if you can say it, the straight community embraced what they did and their talents. And they worked. They did a lot of work and a lot of numbers, and they were so entertaining. So I was very happy to see that go off. The other thing that is my big thing and passion is getting these rainbow crosswalks out there. I was lucky enough to sit on the board of the BIA committee of Niagara Falls, Queen Street. So I was able to help raise money to get the Niagara Falls one put in. There's me standing there in my flowered shirt with Mayor Jim Diodati and fellow city council members and the chair of the BIA as well. So I was the treasurer at the time. So I was the person that helped find the money to get that installed. I will say one thing. I'm only disappointed that the green didn't come out green and it came out teal. But will be fixed. We're working on it. And since then, there's been so many more rainbow crosswalks come in. The Diversity and Inclusion Committee of St. Catharines has done a wonderful job of getting the Pride Walk in on St. Paul Street in St. Catharines, where they've included not just the people of color and trans flag, but they also included the Indigenous and Two-Spirited colors as well. And I just heard rumor that we might get one in Thorold, which is amazing because it's on Mr. D Way, Mr. Divaditas Way. which is a great shout out to Claudia's family. I think it's amazing. So I'm excited to see this go through. One of my good friends, Anthony Fiore, who's actually kind of my cousin, weirdly, because we're all Italian in this city and we're all related, is kind of helping spearhead that one. So it was kind of cool to see him post about it. So Mr. D Way might get a rainbow crosswalk. This is awesome. So I'm very, very, very excited. I've really appreciated getting to know you through COVID and these virtual shows. Thank you. I have been behind the scenes, Drew, a lot this year. And I've learned so much. And I have to give kudos to Chantal and Stephanie and Miss Drew, for allowing me to be a part of the team. I have learned so much in a small little time. When we first started in Reign 25, with a Facebook one, which we showed on our anniversary show. I was going to show it again, but Stephanie would just roll her eyes. I joined in after that, and I was like, I think I can help. Can I help? Is it okay to help? And they were like, sure, what do you got? So I was like, I think I have this program, and I think I can do this. And from that, I would like to say Waterfall Live went bigger a little bit, and we kind of professionalized it a little bit more than just going live on Facebook. So now we have green screen backdrops, and we have little GIFs and people that walk by our screens, which is Stephanie's favorite thing, and people that, scare us. Oh shit, false. There's one. And then Stephanie's favorite. Missed. Sorry. Had to. I could not do it. Stephanie knows that I had to do that. She's in the back room. Every now and then we try and do this. Oh, I got some. That was good. I got some there. If you end up reigning with Nathan Drake, will you make them wear pants? Well, no. I know the one thing I look forward to is stepping up with someone, whether it is Tay or Nathan, and being able to respect what the other person is and who the other person is and what they want to do and their own character. You have to, in this game that we play, I wouldn't want anybody to tell me what to wear. There was a long time ago, and I used to wear a lot of like one boob out, kind of Dancing with the Stars stuff. And I would wear it to a coronation. And there were some people that would say, that's not really classy as an empress. Now, I see people doing commands with pasties and walking out. Who cares? Do whatever you want to do. Be who you want to be. Celebrate yourself. Now, there is a proclamation about not wearing jeans. I might fight that one. I might have a denim ball and see how that goes. It could be a thing. And then the more money we raise to not wear denim, then they have to take it off. Therefore, not wearing pants. So Nathan Drake would be winning all the time. I'd be all about this. So I hope that answers your questions. I would not make Nathan Drake wear pants. Nathan and I talked about wearing matching outfits, wear like corset top skirts. It's very cool to see the things that I think we could do together. And for those of you that don't know, Nathan and I go way back, way back. We were both featured on a radio station at one point, 4680Q. Nathan had a show with my friend Liliana that was like a nighttime show. And I had a Broadway show with Charles where we talked about all things Broadway. But what most people don't know is Nathan Drake was actually in my wedding party. There's Nathan Drake on the left. The headshot from that day is priceless, and Nathan will kill me that I'm even showing this photo now. Because they're also probably going to kill me for a lot of other things tonight. It's fine. So I go way back with Nathan. I think we'd be a great team. And after talking to Taylor and I would definitely be a great team too. So it's really tricky, and I don't even know which way to vote. I don't even want to vote for myself, but I do at the same time. Because don't forget, voting is coming up. Where did I put that voting thing? Stephanie, help me out here. There it is, coming. So we have sent out the email. So if you are registered to vote, don't forget to check your emails and make sure you send in your ID and registration before 11:59 p.m. exactly, July 24th. Isn't that this Saturday? I think it is. But this Saturday is also the corn roast. We do have the corner nose coming up at 1 o'clock on Fred Greenhouse. It is $20 a person. I believe there's still room. Is there? There is still room. So please send your $20 to waterfallempire@gmail.com or paypal.me/waterfallempire. Seriously, just e-transfer. Everybody should have the Waterfall Empire saved as one of their automatic e-transfers. It just makes it so much easier because there's no password required. You just send that $20, it goes right into the bank account. Let's eat some corn. Taylor. Oh, Taylor. I love me some Taylor. All right. I think we do have another question coming in from across the realm. Who?
Hi, Katana. It's Empress Misery. So, my question to you is this. What makes you smile the most, and what makes you scared the most? Thank you for answering my question, and I hope you have a great campaign.
That is a loaded question right there. What makes me smile the most? I will have to admit, there's two things that make me smile the most. Where's the one? I thought I loaded it. I did. This little guy right here. I love my Winston. He is my favorite little guy. He's the best thing I come home to every day and I smile with. And he cuddles with me and sleeps with me and all of those fun things. So he is so excited to be the next Imperial Pooch, or first Imperial Pooch, if we do so ascend. He has some sparkly rhinestone ties already. He's got some cuffs and a bow tie. He's excited. I don't know if he knows exactly what to do because he's probably still going to hump everyone. Watch out, Claudia. Sorry. You're humpable. I don't know what else to say. And the other thing that makes me smile the most is Botox. I don't know why, but I still love me some Botox and some filler. It's a stupid thing to say, but it is something about that makes me feel so great. I am full of vanity, and I love when my skin looks good, and I love when I look good. And I think I would hope that everybody gets to take that on. Like, wear your best dress, do your best thing to make yourself look good and feel good. But I would definitely say Botox is one of those things that makes me feel good because in the end, I am 40, and I like looking a little bit younger. Or at least clean and smooth. No wrinkles, no lines. There's no laugh lines because I don't laugh. Pretty much. The thing that scares me the most, that's a hard one. I would honestly say, if you want me to be true to myself right now, rejection has always been my hardest thing. For those of you that know that I have run for Empress many times before, and I have lost many times before. And it wasn't a pretty sight. I was down on all fours, I was crying, and it made me emotional because, I get believing in myself and thinking that I'm going to be the best. But there are other people out there that are suited and better off for the position. And I think I've grown so much from that. But that was the one thing I would say is definitely a big thing for me is rejection. It's not something, I think everybody should like me, and I don't know why. And I understand that not everybody's going to like me. And I've grown so much, but rejection, I think, would be my biggest fear. So if you happen to vote for the other two, that's a great thing because there are people that are possibly better than me. I get it, right? I believe Nathan Drake did a post where it's like, how do you run for this position against your friends and do this? And I agree with a lot of people. You sell yourself. I believe I can do this job. I also believe that those two can also do the job. So it's up to you guys to vote and make sure that you're getting your voices heard as to who you want to represent you. Do we have any questions from the audience, Stephanie? Oh, thank you, Drew. I would like to say my heart's in the right place. It is, in my personal opinion. I'm just all about continuing on a legacy that has come from so many great monarchs before me, not just within Hamilton or Niagara, but within the Waterfall Empire. Like, there's been so many great people, and I would like to secure my spot in the Waterfall and go from there. I'll explain a little bit more on that, but I would love to answer Robert George's question, which is, what is an event that you held during your reign in Icon that you might want to do again? So this event was stupid, and I wish I had a photo of it because nobody had to do anything, and we raised a ton of money. How many people watch Miss Universe? Okay, there's how many contestants? Like originally 60. So what we did is we did a watch party, but you had to bet on who was going to be Miss Universe without seeing anything other than their photo and where they're from. So I made a binder with all of the photos, and then you would write your name on the back and you would put your $5 in and be like, I'm betting on this one, I'm betting on this one, I'm betting on this one. And at the end, when we were watching the pageant, if you were in the top 3, you got 1/4 split between the 3 people. If you were the winner, you got the other quarter all to yourself. So you potentially ended up with a quarter and a piece of a quarter, and the other half went to the court. It was a fun event, and we all just sat there watching TV together. So we could do it virtually, we could do it in person. It would be something so much fun to bring back. And thank you, Robert George, for bringing that question up, because it was a great one. I love that event. We need to do it again. If you had to lip sync for your life, what song would you want to lip sync to? And who in the realm would you want to do it up again? Ooh, okay, so 2 people, 2 songs. Here's a challenge. Absolutely everybody against Debbie Bellevue, because she claimed that as her song, and I claimed it as mine. And I love doing that song, and I can lip sync the shit out of it. That's one thing. The second one is River Deep, Mountain High against Taryn Blake. Because I will never forget the one day, I think I was at the embassy, and I was Miss Embassy at the time, and Taryn came to support, and she was doing the show, and I started the song, and she was like, oh no, bitch, this is my song. So she came out and started doing the song. So we started kind of competing against each other, and of course, I had a bit to drink. So she clearly won. But I would do a challenge on that any day. Any day a lip sync for your life on that song against her. So those are my 2. Debbie Bellevue does a great job. Empress DB Hooters. For those of you that don't know who Debbie is. It was a great song and a great thing to do. I would definitely do that. Those are my 2. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. Probably not. All right. So I'm going to give you, who do we have? Oh, we have somebody calling in. 1 minute. P.S. They like to talk a lot. It's fun.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Daryl, and I'm the Community Development and Education Coordinator with Positive Living Niagara. Positive Living Niagara is so grateful for the impact the Imperial Court has on our community. We have been lucky enough to have been chosen as RAIN beneficiaries multiple times over the years. So on behalf of Positive Living Niagara, thank you for supporting our organization. Now, my question for you is, other than offering fantastic shows the Waterfall Empire produces, both virtually and in person, how do you plan on being active members of the 2S LGBTQ+ community throughout the entire Waterfall Empire realm? We would like to wish the best of luck to all of the amazing candidates, and we look forward to seeing all the members of the Waterfall Empire very soon. Take care, everyone, and good luck.
Thank you, Daryl. For those of you who don't know who Daryl is, he's also ICP Macy Manolo, also past Miss Pride Niagara. To answer your question, Daryl, I work with a lot of different community partners, like I said before, Heart Niagara, Quest Community Health Center. I would really like to get working with Spectrum out of the Kitchener area, even with the Hamilton Pride Network, and try and figure out ways that the court can integrate together and help raising awareness and money for each other. Spectrum has been one of the charity choices before during RAIN 25, and it's also one of my possible chosen charities of this year. And Heart Niagara, with their Heartcore program for our trans folk and LGBTQ2+ folk, would also be another option. So just kind of working with our community partners that we have, even working with BIAs across the board to get some drag brunches in there, get some drag events going on. And maybe not even just drag events. Let's bring some of our trivia stuff and whatnot that we do and our virtual stuff to them and see how we can help them in promoting themselves and promoting us together. So thank you, Daryl. Hopefully that answers your question. I believe we have another one of those. They're just coming out of the woodwork, these people.
Hi, Katana. As you know, we're not getting any younger. So how do you plan on getting new members not only to join the organization, but also to be involved?
I was gonna kiss her, but I couldn't kiss her. I love Coco. That was Coco from Empress of Buffalo, sorry. I do think keeping the younger membership is something that we need to focus on. Without sounding like the greatest song in the world, I believe that children are our future. It's getting them involved in understanding history. And I think that's one thing that I would like to bring to the table is, getting them to understand the respect and loyalty that I got when I grew up. I had some great people to learn from. Empress Claudia, definitely one of them. Jonathan Crawford, Rhonda Richards, Vanessa Knight, Deanna Stephen. I could go on and on and on in the Niagara region. But even Empress Robin, Monroe, Christina, we all they've all taught me so many great things about class and staff, but also being a part of a community. And I think that's one thing we need to encourage our younger folk to do is have that respect for one another and learn the history of what we do with each other. And I look forward to welcoming any younger person, I'm going to say younger person, in other words, younger than me. So if you're under the age of 40 and you would like to be a part of this court and you have any questions, by all means, you can ask me anytime. My Facebook is open. You can message me at any time and ask me any question as to why I love the court and give you some history about the court. Because trust me, I know some history. Trade. I'm not calling you old, Claudia. Just you helped me learn a lot because you learned a lot. You were the youngest monarch in Ontario, I believe, ever. I think that's the thing. I'm trying to teach history here. Help me out. If I'm incorrect, somebody hit me. Okay, nobody's hit me, so we're good. All right. We're getting close to the end of this show. I'm very excited that I have a couple more questions. Now Claudia wants to speak. Why did Claudia... Okay, let her.
Is it ball season already? Where does the time go? Hi everyone, my name's Enzo Tidavitas. You may also know me as Empress Claudia Silva. Ta-da, that's me. I have a question for Katana, who is one of the candidates for the 2 positions of monarch for the Waterfall Empire. So, Katana, I've known you for a long time. So I know a lot of stuff, but I don't know everything. I know, right? Confusing to me too. But here's my question. If there is something or one thing that you would like people to remember you for, what would that be? Pretty good question, right?
Thank you, Claudia. If there's one thing I want to be remembered for, it's for being a friend and being somebody that kind of there and always willing to listen. When we did Waterfall Live, we ended the show one day with thank you for being a friend from Golden Girls. And it kind of stuck and we kept it. And I'm very glad that we did keep it because I kind of want to put that with my little sneak in thing about me, right? I always want to be a friend and I've gained so many friends just from this year alone. And, it's funny when you join an organization as a stranger and you kind of let yourself go a little bit, you learn so much about other people. And I think Waterfall Live has helped me learn about so many people that I want to do that to other people so that people can learn about me a little bit more and, make more friends and have somebody easy to talk to. And if you're having a troubled day, have a friend. And I think that's one thing that, many of us kind of, oh shit, she's a drag queen. Back off, she's just popular or she's special or she thinks she is. But sometimes some of us are real humans too. And we like to have friends. And we like to go out on a Saturday night and just, randomly take a bus trip to Toronto and hang out. Monroe, we can do that more. Again. We haven't done it yet, but she mentioned it. I was like, I want to go. But Monroe and I have never actually just hung out. And I think that's one of the things that I like about court, that we can do the kind of thing and say, you know what, hey, do you want to hang out? I live in Niagara. There's so many wineries around here. I would love to show some people a good time. So come on down. I'll take you on a wine tour and we'll hang out and chat, shoot the shit. It's fun. We do have another incoming question. They're coming from everywhere. I'm loving that. All the way from Rhode Island, of course.
Hey everyone. Emperor Tony 6 Tom JB Lovely Austinson from the Imperial Court of Rhode Island here. And I have a question. Katana, What is one mistake you feel you made in your last reign that you'll make sure not to repeat again if you're elected? Good luck.
Well, thanks for the easy question, Tom. So when I reigned before as Empress 6, the biggest mistake that I made was thinking that I had it all in the bag. I wanted to reign alone. I wanted to do it by myself. And I think I did a pretty good job. In Niagara at that time, we didn't have a bar. It was very hard to try and raise money for charities, so we tried to think out of the side of the box, hence the reason the Miss Universe thing. But it was hard, and I look forward to reigning with someone. And then the mistake I won't make is definitely second guessing what that person has to offer and bring to the table. I had a lot of friends during my reign that were like, you should do this, you should do that. And I was very stubborn and I was very headstrong in saying, nope, I'm the Empress, this is my way. And I don't want to do that again. I look forward to joining this team and working together as a team and making it one of the most prosperous and fun years, hopefully. Because I think last year, if I'm correct, or this year, currently, Miss Drew's reign has made the record, 27,000. And this is in a pandemic. Like, that's 28. It's pretty amazing to be able to get to that point. I'm trying to think if there was another story that I want to tell you. Some people, if I had to be trapped on an island with any of the past monarchs, who would they be and why? Oh, that's just a... Okay, I'm going to answer it. That's hard. So past monarch of the Waterfall Empire, because there's so many of them I love and they're my friend. And then there's ones at party, and then I'm like, wait, would I get tired out? Or would I want like to drink a lot? Or would I want to just like talk a lot and pomp squat a lot and like kumbaya a lot? And yes, I just said kumbaya. I know, full of loaded questions. Of course you are. I would definitely have to say, like the Embassy Angel-esque kind of crew. So myself, Miss Drew, Christina Dior, Claudia, like we can all stay up all night talking for hours, and just whether it's gossiping or whether it's lying to each other. Some of us do it, and just making sure that we all have a good time and being able to reach out to each other and keep each other entertained for hours, whether it's in drag, not in drag, or just have fun. So I'd probably say those ones: Miss Drew, Claudia, and Christina Dior for sure. Although Christina Dior last time, her feet, that's all I'm going to say. Her feet, she's going to kill me. It's fine. So don't forget, we do have some other upcoming events. Not only do we have coronation coming up, the virtual coronation, Saturday, August 7th at 7 p.m. We do also have our victory brunch following the next morning at 10 a.m. August the 8th. It's all virtual and in person. So for those of you that bought your package, that includes both in ball and coronation and brunch. I believe there is still some tickets left. So $150 gets you both of those. How do I get rid of this photo fast? And it's not happening for me. Please send your money to waterfallempire@gmail.com and paypal.me/waterfallempire. I thought I put the video up of the different layers, but we'll figure it out. I'll add it. How would you get other members that can't get to events? How would you get them there? And would you? Of course I would. So Crystal Carter, thank you so much for asking that question. One of the things I did before, and I believe it was during Shady Davison's reign as Baron 10, I helped Sharon Shea organize car rides. And I was figuring out who got off work when and who was going from where and whatnot. And the one time we ended up at a London event on a random Saturday with like 25 members of our court, which is unheard of. But it was just listening to a membership, figuring out who can ride with who and who wants to ride with who. I have an SUV, so I would definitely put anybody on top of the roof. Ask Claudia. I've done it for her when she was in the Pride Parade one year. Another story. But anyway, I would definitely make sure that everybody had a chance to get there. So I would do ride call out and figure out who has cars and who doesn't. And, if I had to chip in the gas money, I would definitely chip in the gas money. Because it's always great to have as many of our members there at an event representing together and supporting not only each other, but supporting the other court. So I love that concept and I love doing it. I believe even we went to Rhode Island with a great number that year because we were able to figure out carloads together and every car was full. I had Brenda Baldwin, Robert George, and my IPR Terry Berry in my car, and we just had a hoot on the whole way down. So thank you for asking that question, Crystal. I think we're almost at the end. We do have another special treat for you. Of course, we couldn't have a waterfall event without having our Regent Empress do a special performance for you. But before that, I just want to say thank you guys so much for giving me this opportunity to not only tell you a little bit about myself, but to answer your questions and give you a little bit more insight as to why I want to be one of your next monarchs. I look forward to some great things ahead, and I look forward to reigning with either Nathan Drake or Tay Tay. One way or the other, you are going to have a hell of a team on your hands, and it's going to be a great year coming out of this virtual crazy world. Sorry, I'm producing and doing a show at the same time. Oh, I didn't put that in there. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I look forward to being somebody that hopefully you guys can look up to and work with, and hopefully you will be entertained. And I'm very hopeful, as I just said, hopeful 5 times. So, ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget that you must have your registration in by Saturday by 11:59 because voting is on the 25th, where you will receive an email that will direct you on how to vote for your next monarchs of the Imperial Court of the Waterfall Empire. It's been an honor and a pleasure to host this tonight. And don't forget, if you would still like to make a donation, donations are accepted at waterfallempire@gmail.com and paypal.me/waterfallempire. Thank you to all of my special guests that were able to give me a question tonight. And to you at home, I look forward to working with you again. And don't forget, we also have I almost forgot this one. The In and Out of Town show is Thursday, August 5th at 7 p.m. Now to close out tonight, not only my favorite person, but yours as well, the astonishing and the insane monarch that works so hard, and I can't wait and hopefully get to follow in her footsteps. I love her to death, and I know you guys do too. Please give it up for your one and the only Empress, Miss Drew.
Katana! Hi everybody! Regent Empress 26 here, Miss Drew. Just wanted to pop in to wish you a fantastic night. Also want to congratulate all the candidates on running fantastic campaigns. You're all doing a great job. No matter who wins this year, it's going to be a fantastic reign 27. So have a fantastic night and thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Gotta turn this car around. I never should have left you there. Boy, this traffic is making me sick. Boy, I can't wait to have you near. I gotta hurry now. Quick. Just step on the gas, cause I don't wanna miss this. This opportunity will only come once in my life. Gotta hurry now. Quick. Just step on the gas, cause I don't wanna miss this. See what you're bringing me, boy, it's priceless. I gotta be out of my mind not to try this. Through strength I found love. In time I found myself in happiness. Through strength I found love. In time I found myself in happiness with you. Boy, I need to say what's in my heart. I was scared, but I'll do my part. I came back to tell you face to face, so what we have won't go to waste. I gotta hurry, hurry, hurry now. Quick, quick, quick. Just step on the gas, cause I don't wanna miss this. This opportunity will only come once in my life. My life, yeah. Sorry, 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 I'm coming down to fix this. You should know how I feel. I know I got you twisted. See what you're bringing me, boy, is priceless. I gotta be out of my mind not to try this. Through strength I found love. In time I found myself in happiness. Through strength I found love. In time I found myself in happiness. The things that you can give to me, I can feel it when you're holding me close. You're like one of the world wonders. I know I'm going under. Come see that I'm ready for this. And you're so good for me. You're my true joy. You make me want to say through strength I found love. In time I found myself in happiness. Through strength I found love. In time I found myself in happiness.
Thank you so much. Three Thank you so much. Have a fantastic night and the best of luck to all three incredible candidates. Thank you.